We are brothers from another mother.
Well, hello, and welcome to,
Brothers from Another Mother beer tasting.
yes, Brothers from Another Mother.
My name's Henry. This is Chris. We're going to sample some beers, tell you what we think about them. Maybe you can go out and get some for yourself because they are good.
Indeed. Do you want to talk about what you brought?
Sure. I brought Founders Dirty Bastard. This is a very good beer. It's got some great notes to it. You do get a bit of coffee on it, but you know what? And the caramel is just to die for. The other one I got here is a bourbon barrel quad barrel aged. Now, when they say barrel aged on some of these beers, one of the things you got to look at is, okay, what's the alcohol content? Because some of them might be too heavy for some people, and some of them are right up there for other people. But they're all good. And then we have the Wee Heavy Estonic. This is a Icelandic beer. It's kind of light, but it's got great flavor. It does have a good alcohol content, 8.0, and it will. Well, you got to taste it. I mean, it's just one of those beers you just got to taste. And like, this tastes good. Or,
Yeah.
No.
Where do you think we should start? I know typically, when you're tasting beer, they tell you to kind of go light to dark, right?
Yeah.
But we don't always have to do that.
No.
It's not a written rule, and it's not going to. It's never really mattered to me, but I know some people it does.
Right.
But for us, what do you want to do? You want to start?
Well, it's our first run, so you know what? Let's go with the Estonic, and let's go there and see what we think of the Wee Heavy.
Okay.
So whenever you're ready, crack that bad boy open.
I'm very excited about this.
I hope it doesn't fizz everywhere because it did kind of fall all over the car.
I was like, are we gonna have one each, or are we gonna just pour one? I mean,
we're gonna pour a little because
if we drink all this, we won't be able to finish this video.
Not at all.
We could. It would be actually really interesting at that point.
Yes, it will be.
All right, you ready? Let's try this. Cheers.
Cheers.
So we're tasting a little bit of, at least I am, tasting a little bit of like smokiness in it.
Yep. Smoky barley.
It's like kind of malty.
Mm-hmm.
Which, it's kind of the same types of materials that is made in Scotch whiskey, but made in a beer. So kind of like whiskey beer.
Yeah, well, I mean,
a little bit.
I'm sure this would be great if it was barrel aged because I love the barrel ages. But if this was barrel aged, oh boy,
this is good.
And as you can see, that color is kind of dark. It's not dark, but it's kind of dark. You can still see through it. Gives off a little red with the lighting, and that's what makes it a good beer. I do taste the barley on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
And I hit all the flavor notes up front, and
almost like a berry, not like a sweet berry, but almost like a wild berry.
Yeah.
Flavor or taste or something on the back.
I think it was saying on here. It says angelic root. I don't taste no root.
Angelic root.
Angelic root. That's what it says on there. I'm like, okay.
Maybe that's what it is. It's almost like a fruit root or a cherry root or something. Yeah. Fruit root. It's funny because I don't find a Wee Heavy very often, and their AleSmith used to make a really good Wee Heavy, and they don't make it anymore. And I was upset when I traveled to San Diego, which is where their brewery is, and went specifically to try to find this beer, and they told me they didn't make it anymore. I was like,
dude,
it was a sad day.
It was a very sad day.
They also make the Speedway Stout, which is a really good stout.
Okay.
By the way. So I was upset initially, but then they showed me a bunch of other stuff that they had, so I was very happy in the end.
San Diego, here we come.
Okay, well, let's see. Should we
Oh, this time you get to choose, my friend.
This time I get to choose?
Oh, yes.
Okay, great. I mean, since this is a Scotch style ale, the Dirty Bastard,
Mm-hmm.
and it says malty sweetness and rich caramel notes.
Yes.
That's very exciting. I say we do this next.
All right.
You ready? Or here, I'll pour yours.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's good.
You good?
Mm-hmm. So one of the things I like about this one is the color. Comes off like the wee heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the same.
Yeah.
It's not too dark, but it's dark enough.
I like that.
You see all those caramel notes in there.
Oh,
And
that's the other thing
smell.
is make sure when you pour the beer, smell that beer. I mean, it's similar to if you drink wine and whiskey and other distilled spirits too. Oh, smelling is a big part of the tasting of the drink. Whoa. That's significantly different than this one.
Yes. Hugely different. Woo.
It's interesting because I think is this the same alcohol content?
This is
This is
8.0.
8 and this one's 8.5.
Yeah.
Interesting, because it doesn't. This one actually tastes more like it's a higher alcohol content.
Mm-hmm.
There's just that was a blast of flavor.
Well, that's one of the things I like about Founders is that when you drink any of their beers, and they have a lot of them,
Mm-hmm.
they do add a lot of flavor. There's one that's like a raspberry beer, and well, it looks raspberry in the glass, but when you taste it, it's like
Yeah.
you get an explosion of flavor. You get the beer taste on the end. You get the explosion of flavor, the cherry taste in there, and it's like, and it's great.
I would say this one's a little more on the bitter side, or there's a little bit of a bitterness to it. It's not bad. It's not like you're drinking an IPA or something, but
Yeah,
I taste
the
it's
bitterness.
more so than this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it is very caramely.
Mm-hmm. Definitely caramel.
But it's interesting. It is. I mean, it is another Scotch ale, but it's just totally different. It has a lot of the same elements as this Wee Heavy did, but it's just like everything was escalated. And the caramel note is high.
This one, I mean, I like Founders.
Mm-hmm.
The beer that they brew. When I've been out to their brewery in
I was going to say,
Michigan.
you've actually been to the brewery, right?
Yeah, I've been to the brewery, and trust me, that's like going to Home Depot. It's like the big boys' toy store. It's like, okay, what can I get? I ain't got enough money.
I'll have one of all of this.
Exactly. One of the things I like there, they have one that's a big, I can't remember the name. I think it was a big cherry something.
Mm-hmm.
And that one is more of, because they do put out at least 2 beers that are more fruity in flavor than they do as far as alcohol content. I mean, the alcohol content is there, but you get more of a fruit flavor on some of the beers that they do make. And next time I go out to Michigan, I'm gonna check them out again and see what's up, because I want to make sure, bring some of those back home and taste them.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I would love that. I'd like to go there with you at some point. I do need to go out and visit our friends out there.
Yeah, we definitely need to go do that.
Yeah, we haven't. You've done that now a couple times, right? I think
once, I believe. Twice?
Once or twice?
3 times.
You know.
Going back out again eventually, because they're moving and they're getting a new place and they want us to come out and visit. So, yeah, we're going to head back out there to Michigan and be like, we got to go to the brewery.
Yes.
We got to go to the brewery.
By the way, that's a good reason to visit your friends, is especially if they live out of town or out of state or even out of country. Go on drinking finds. Those are always good things to do when you're traveling, is
Mhm.
find breweries, distilleries, whatever you can find locally. And you'll learn a lot about the culture in the area, and you get to taste some good beer.
Yeah, this guy went to Scotland, left me at home, and I was like, man, bring me something. Nope, didn't get anything.
Yeah, it was tough to travel. We were my wife and I were there for 3 weeks, so it was tough, and we were traveling light, so it was tough to bring home anything, honestly, besides alcohol.
Yeah.
Just really anything from that trip, because
Oh,
we were there so
definitely.
long. But
I mean,
we have to just go. We just have to go.
we have to go.
out there.
Yeah. And if we have to leave the wives at home,
Yeah. Then
Yep.
that won't happen because they will come with us.
no.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right.
All right. So let's move on
So-
to the bourbon barrel aged quad.
Man. So Henry's intent was to really get me
Buzz.
messed up today. Good
This-
thing it's a Saturday and we're not working. By the way, we're not working today.
No,
I mean,
we're not.
I
You're
mean,
done.
This is
You're done. So the bourbon
Henry
barrel
told me to
age
stop.
is from Kansas City, Missouri. Have not been out that way. Would love to go out there and check them out. The alcohol content on this one is 12.2. We're about to get buzzed.
Well, yeah, it's a good thing we didn't get through those completely in its entirety, and we've moved on to this, because
Yeah.
after this, I think filming may need to cease. But although maybe we keep filming so you guys can.
Yeah, we're just
See
filling
us
this out. It's our
in our
first
fun
run. We're
state.
trying to find out what's going on. Hey.
Okay.
Okay, now this one's a little darker than the other two, but you can still see. I mean, the light still
Yeah.
comes through. It still gives that amber look to
Yeah,
it, that
yeah.
caramel look, and looks
like it.
great.
Oh,
Oh, you can smell the alcohol
just
coming
even
off the waves.
smelling it.
Yeah.
yeah. I see what you're trying to do today.
What? I can't hang out with my brother-in-law and get him drunk.
I mean, yes, please. It
Okay,
should
because
all-
we're going on a cruise and I'm gonna get your ass drunk.
Oh yeah, yeah. Stay tuned for more videos from the cruise that will be in several months from now. Hopefully, we'll
Yes.
have some other content before then.
A whole lot more.
But when that happens, we will hopefully have this all sort of fine tuned, and
Oh, definitely, we will have it fine-tuned.
or at least it'll be halfway better than what we're doing right now.
Oh, definitely. And there'll be a lot less editing. We hope.
We hope. Oh, wow.
Okay, I get a fizzy on this one, like a sparkling, but it's good,
Oh man.
and it brings the flavors alive.
Yeah. So there's almost no bitterness to this.
None.
It's all flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And this actually has a little bit of like plum taste
Got that
to
too,
it.
huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
a little bit of plum, a little bit of like caramely notes. Yeah, this one's really good. Which is, it's fascinating because you would think, a lot of people think, higher alcohol content, it's going to just taste like alcohol.
It's not.
But with beer, it does an interesting thing where it a lot of times elevates the flavors
Yes.
of what it is you're brewing.
Yes.
And this is by far the most flavorful out of the three that we're having today.
Yes, I did good.
I mean, leaps and bounds.
I mean, for a first run, this is not bad. I mean, Chris was telling me that when we start doing channels like this, we generally start off with a lighter beer, and we talk about it from there. We move our way up to the higher content. But because this is our first run, we haven't had a chance to go out and get any good beers. But this was a good run. I like what we've done here today. We've got 3 of my favorites that I tend to drink on a regular basis. I should have brought one of my standbys, but I didn't bring it. I don't know why.
It doesn't matter. We'll do that in
another time.
video.
We're going to also be paying homage to the old school beers. That's going to be a fun video because the looks on our faces is going to be priceless, especially his. I'm old school. He's new school. We'll find out.
Yes, we will find out.
Okay.
Which is how Henry and I have come to do this, because we have found that we have similar tastes.
Oh, he's turned me on to some good, he's turned me on to some good shit.
Yeah.
I mean, beer wise, alcohol wise, the whiskeys this guy's got. Oh my God. But I've also turned him on to a lot of things too, because I'm old school and I knew what I liked then and I know what I like now. What I like then does not compare anywhere to what I like now. What I like now is these types of beers, and there's more to come. But with that being said, we're gonna pay homage to the old school. We're gonna do the lights. We're gonna do the darks. We're gonna do the mediums. We're gonna do the reds. We're gonna do the browns. We're gonna do the blondes. We're gonna do some wonderful things. So stay tuned. We want you to, hopefully learn something from us, and we want you to give us feedback because it's only going to make the channel better. That's what we're looking for.
That's right.
So here's to a good beer. Enjoy, y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Brothers from another mother.
Beer tasting and spirits. Yeah.
Peace out.
Peace out.